Oh, my phone just automatically starts recording now, even when you don't think you're ready to start making a YouTube video. I feel like I could go on a whole tangent about how smart devices are and AI, but I'm going to save that for a future video and just say I'm going to do a one mic, one take on the topic of the 3 locations of rewilding real estate and what that means and what I'm talking about when I write about it. I'm writing a blog right now about the 3 locations of rewilding real estate, and I'm still catching my breath because I just got home from a massage. So maybe that is a big part of the reason why I feel like things are moving and shifting and I'm finding clarity. I also started my period yesterday, and if you're thinking, wow, Sarah, you were just on your period in Vermont, well, you just wrote about it in your last blog. Yeah, my cycle is less than a month now, and I could write a whole nother chapter on hormones and the female experience. But I digress. Really, though, that is related to the 3 locations of rewilding real estate. Because, well, what do I mean by locations? Okay, so it comes from this phrase that people hear all the time in real estate. And when you think, why is this not selling? Or why is this thing priced this way? Or how is this or that valued in a piece of property in the real estate world, which I work in. And so I guess I hear that all the time. It's location, location, location. And people have probably heard that about real estate in general. It's all about location, location, location. And because I think about our relationship to our environment so much, and nature and personal development and self-trust and transformation, and how do we keep growing in our lifetime and in this world and develop a good connection to our environment and our lives. The internal locations kind of clicked for me as far as what I'm doing in the real estate space, really. So the 3 locations that I have kind of come to a sense of, this is it, and I think that's really important with a business plan, is you're like, okay, these are the things I'm working with. So I'm like, well, let's solidify it. Let's put it out there. Let's say this is what I'm working with to help me find my audience, to help me find my people. And so this is kind of my message in putting it out there. Like, if you resonate with these locations, then maybe you're my people. And so I would like to see what your take on this is. Okay, so what does rewilding mean? I have a whole nother separate definition. I break down through history and through what the different meanings of rewilding could be. But for the simplicity of right now, rewilding is remembering in many ways, remembering what our true nature is, remembering what we were without all the walls and barriers and self-limitations and limiting beliefs, and I think in some regard who we became out of survival, not who we became out of what we chose. And my very first blog ever was called To Survive or To Thrive? That is the question. Oh man, I'm so puffy. I need to go lay down or eat ice cream or both. And anyway, to survive or to thrive, that's thriving, people. To have a massage and then to lay down and to feel rested, that's thriving. I'm thriving. And okay, I'm coming back to myself. A moment of gratitude. It really hit me. Yeah, I am very grateful to be thriving at this point in my life. It's very real. So what do I mean by the 3 locations of rewilding real estate? So rewilding, remember, is to remember. That's funny. Remember, what I just said is that rewilding is to remember our true nature, right? Okay, so who we are without all the societal masks, who we want to be, claim to be, who we project to be, whatever all that bullshit is, okay? What is your authentic self, your authentic way of being? And in real estate, right, it's all about location, location, location. Phone call, I'll call you later. And to remember that your true way of being, the number one location I think of is your mind. Like what I'm talking about right now, like a mindset of gratitude. Okay, that's a perfect example in this real moment of just being like, I'm tired. This is what it is. I am grateful, and here's a piece of clarity that I'm feeling because I'm feeling relaxed after a massage. Okay, your mindset and your attitude and the way you see the world and everything that goes on up here. I've heard this countless times in real estate coaching. The most important piece of real estate in your world, or the most important piece of real estate anywhere, is the space between your ears. Okay, it's the space right here in your mind. So your mindset matters, right? Thatch talks about this all the time. Location number 2, right? I said there was 3 locations. Location number 2 is your heart. And how is your heart? Is it, I like to say soft and open, but that's kind of the language of my mentor, Paul Linden. He says soft belly, loose tongue, soft belly. All about relaxation actually is it sets the tone for your mood, and your mood is your embodiment, and your embodiment is who you are. I hear this freakishly often that people are describing something they're going through, like an ailment they're going through. They're saying, my body does this, my body does that, my body rejected this, and then I did that in response. And it's like, whoa, your language even sounds like your body, you see it as not who you are. And really, if your heart is hardened, you don't necessarily, I feel like in my experience, okay, I should speak for myself. That's why I said, you let me know how this resonates with you. The location of your heart and how open it is to your environment really does determine kind of where you stand in your reality. That's a big location. Like, who are you and how do you relate to people? How do you relate to yourself? That's a heart condition. And so that's why it's the second location. It's an incredibly important question to ask yourself is, how is your heart? Is it open? Is it trusting? And not necessarily like it has to be fully trusting and fully open. Okay. It's probably good that it's not all the time, but is it open enough to see yourself honestly and to relate to the people around you well? And the third location is your feet, and I'm sitting in my car, so actually I can bring my foot all the way up here. I just had hot stones on them. First time I had hot stones in a massage. It was lovely. Thank you, Brenda. It was a gift card from Brenda McKinley. She's awesome. So, your feet, okay? Your feet and how you ground yourself to the earth. Not just in the sense of grounding as a practice, because people talk about grounding practice. I like to get outside and put my bare feet on the yard in the morning to feel grounded and connected to the earth. That, yes, and also your sense of belonging to community, how you ground and root in community. I have wonderful neighbors that I can see their houses in my periphery right now. How do I build relationships with them? Literally, I think that is probably the most potent question of our time. How do you form relationships with your neighbors? And if not your neighbors, then the people that you see regularly. If you don't have deep friendships, then how can you create deep friendships? It's post-COVID days, right? I think we're all struggling with this a little bit, to some degree or another, or at least you know someone who is. So those are the 3 locations of rewilding, the real estate of the inner world, I'm going to say. So let me know how you connect with the space or the real estate of the mind, the real state of your mind, the real state of your heart, and the real connection, how your feet fall upon the earth, where you ground yourself in this world. Where do you put your roots down? How do you connect to your community or your sense of belonging? Those are my questions for you. And let me know what you think of the 3 locations of rewilding real estate, because I'm gonna put it on a sticker, I think. Yeah.